Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from JulieDavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. It's Thursday, September 30th, and it's the last day of Sale-a-Bration. If you are wanting to get any of your Sale-a-Bration freebies before it ends, make sure to place your order by 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time tonight so that you can take advantage of all the Sale-a-Bration specials. A free gift for every $50 that you order, or $100 if you want a level 2 gift. And then there's a special stamp set in your words if you have an order that's over $300. And if you want to join my team as a demonstrator, you can get the $99 starter kit and get a free bundle on top of that. Some of these bundles almost cost $99 after tax and shipping. So it is such an awesome deal. Today we're going to touch on lots of things. First I want to start with the mail call. Then I have 3 projects that we're going to work on tonight. Casing the mini catalog. What does casing mean? Casing is copy and selectively edit, or some people say copy and share everything. In other words, it's copying because all of the ideas in the catalog are totally meant for inspiration and meant to be copied and meant for you to pull inspiration from them. So I'm going to show you how I'm inspired by the catalog, and we're going to make 3 projects based on samples from the catalog, and I'll show you just what I do to copy the catalog tonight. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing, Sherry. And I haven't seen anybody say anything about it looking funny, so if it does look like it's all in the center, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to plow right into mail call. I got some beautiful cards in the mail. Some of them were with a great big card swap, and others were just because cards. So I just wanted to share with you these extra cards that I received because they're just so much fun. First of all, this cute little tag came from Mercy Ermikoff, and I think it's so stinking cute. We have some birthdays coming up, and so I'm really excited to use that tag on a birthday gift. So thank you so much, Mercy. I love that it was just a little something extra in the card. It really made me smile. This card came from Eva White, and I love the sponging she's done in the background here, and then these little die cuts. Embossing folder in the background and the stitched rectangles. Such a fun card. Eva, thank you so much. I'm really digging that background, and it's got a little texture to it too. Can you see that? The color kind of picks up on the texture, and I think that's a fun touch. I think you could probably sponge before or after, depending on the look that you want. If you emboss first and then sponge, you might catch your catch the ink on the embossing folder differently, which could be a good or a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I don't think it would be a bad thing. It's just a different look is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, gorgeous card. Eva, thank you so much. It totally made my day to get it. Oh, all these cards made my day. Anytime you get Happy Mail is a good day, right? This one came from Amber Hatfield, and I love the way she sponged through her stencil to get these beautiful fall leaves. We've got some pieces here from the Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack, currently on back order, but it is available to order. I didn't think it was, and then I added it to an order for someone today, and it worked. So the designer paper is not available. There are a growing number of not available things, so make sure to get your order in soon, and all the things that are not available will come back. They're just temporarily out of stock. Gorgeous card, Amber. Thank you so much for that. Check out this one. This was our layout challenge on my team group earlier this month. I love this card by Janet Casto. No confetti in it this time. I was ready for it though, Janet. This is the artistically inked Expressions in Ink designer paper pack from the annual catalog. Little card, big thanks. I love all the sentiments in that bundle. So fun, and the colors are just beautiful. Thank you so much, Janet. Your cards always make my day. Lynn Werner created this card, his little tuck folds card. I love this design. This is retired designer paper, but it's so beautiful. One of my favorites for fall. And she's got some stamping in there. Oh, seriously, the best. Lynn, thank you so much for your beautiful card and your note inside. It really made me smile. Here's another thank you card. This one from Linda Vanderspool. Love the bright color. This is the last season's Sale-a-Bration designer paper with the painted texture background here. Now, Sale-a-Bration is about to end again tonight. So if you've been eyeing any of the designer paper, the Penguin Playmates, beautifully penned, or the Peaceful Prints, tonight is your last chance. Don't be sorry. Don't be sad that you don't have it. Such a beautiful card, Linda, and a great note inside. Thank you so much for making my day. I know, look at all this happy mail. It has been a very happy mail month. This one's by Maya Galantine, and she sent in some cards for the Great Big Card Swap and an extra one for me. Thank you so much. Maya, you're just so sweet. This is the Blackberry Beauty designer paper with the Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack, a little bit of gold ribbon. Life is full of ups and downs. Hold on tight. That really sums up this month. It has been full of some ups and downs. It's also September 30th is the last day of the Stampin' Up! Year as well. So it's sort of an exciting, like, New Year's Eve kind of a thing. We're closing up our Stampin' Up! Year and getting ready to start a new one. And so it's just an exciting time. Oh, this one's so cute. This is from a paper pumpkin kit. This one came from Bethany Stover, and I just loved this cute little card. I think the refill for this kit or the full kit might be in the online store right now. Did you know you can get past kits and refills for paper pumpkin? They're in the online store at juliedavison.com/shop. It's also a really great time to get a paper pumpkin prepaid subscription because you can get Sale-a-Bration gifts for paper pumpkin. So it's like a win-win-win. You pay ahead. If you get a 6 or a 12 month, there's a discount. And then you also get Sale-a-Bration on top of that. Yeah, absolutely. Best time ever to get your prepaid for paper pumpkin. Oh, love the colors on this one. This is from Nancy Delvaux, and she's used the Delicate Dahlias stamp set that we're going to use tonight. This is one of the Sale-a-Bration stamp sets, and I'm just like obsessed with this color combination. Looks to me like Calypso Coral Bumblebee and then the Just Jade with Night of Navy on the background and the Night of Navy dots. I love how she just filled every inch of this piece of paper with these beautiful flowers. I'm going to show you more of the Delicate Dahlias, and I think it's a must-have. So if you don't have it, be ready. I'm going to make you want it. Here's another card. This one is from, another one from Amber Hatfield. Oh my gosh, you just spoil me, sweetie, with your cards. I love this so much. Thank you, Amber. This is the hand pen designer paper, and I think this is one of the, it's kind of covered up, but it's one of the hand penned note cards. There's like memories and more cards. I don't want to peel it back, but I'm trying to show you the cute polka dot underneath. So there's cards and envelopes, and the envelope is really cute too to match. And then she's added some designer paper and those stamped hand-penned floral flowers. Amber, thank you so much. This last one is from Kimberly Barbish. This is the one I was telling you is a little different than the one she shared for the Great Big Card Swap, and it kind of got chewed up by the postal machine. It always surprises me, the cards that get eaten up, because again, this one doesn't have like any kind of, I mean, this is on dimensionals, but there's no like rhinestones. There's nothing like sticking up. So I don't understand why this is the one that got eaten up by the postal machine, but I just love the fall colors here. Pumpkin pie, cherry cobbler, and this is that host set. Season of Fun, I think it is. It's in the back. I think I just showed you. I think I pulled it out when we were doing the Great Big Card Swap. So right back here on page 78 of the mini catalog, this is one of the host sets that you can get with host rewards when you have an order that's up over $150. Did you see that fly just fly through the camera? It is gigantic, and I don't know where it came from, but suddenly it is flying around my stamp room, and it's so big, I swear. Maybe it'll make another appearance. Okay, thank you so much for the beautiful cards. Oh my gosh, it makes my day. And I know that your friends and family love receiving your cards so much too. So in October, I hope that you will join me for my send a card every day challenge. 31 cards in 31 days in October. There's not really like a prize or anything. I'm just going to do it myself. Send a card every single day. And so I hope that you will too, because the more cards we send, the more smiles we bring to people's faces. So please join me in doing that for the month of October, which starts tomorrow. How is it already October 1st? Okay, well, today is September 30th. It's the last day of Sale-a-Bration and the last day of my daily video series. If you've been paying attention, I've done a daily Sale-a-Bration spotlight video every day for the last week. I'm not going to lie, it's been just a little exhausting. I'm glad that it's over, but I've had so much fun sharing projects every day with you. This is the one that I shared earlier today, a horizontal centerfold card or center step card. So if you haven't seen this card, make sure to check out the video. I also have a free printable download for you that has the template and the cutting instructions so you can make the centerfold card too. This is one that I made like years ago, like 10 years ago, and I brought it back. Did you see the fly again? I brought it back out to show off the Counting Sheep stamp set and coordinating dies. So make sure to check out that video if you haven't already, and the link to the tutorial. Oh, I'm just looking at Carol's comment about how it could have gotten stuck with another card. Absolutely. It's so hard to tell, you know, with the postal machine, and those machines go so fast. So it just like sucks the cards in, and I'm sure it was something like that where it just got tangled up with something else. Okay, today we are going to case the catalog. You guys know what that means, right? Where you copy the ideas from the catalog, because it used to be called the idea book in catalog, because there are ideas for every single stamp set. There's at least 1 or 2 card ideas, or project ideas, I should say. And Stampin' Up! Now they're calling these like recipe lists. They're really just like supply lists, but I'm going to include the link so that you can download this document. I'm going to put it in the video description when we're all done. I think I've shared it before, but I'm going to share it again. So it is a list that has, I didn't print the whole thing because it's like a lot. It's like over 100 pages, I think. So each project is on here. So like this is the project from page number 2. So it has a picture, and then it gives you the list of supplies. So the paper, the ink, the tools, the embellishments, and then sometimes there's like a little bit of instruction. There's no, they don't give you measurements. So it's not like a recipe list, even though I think that's what they call it. It's more just like a guide, right? So if you're looking to case the catalog, or if you see a sample and you're like, where did that heart come from? You know, you can take a look at this list and you can see, oh, a strong of heart stamp set. So I often like to look at this list when I'm casing the catalog so that I can check out the supplies they use, or if I'm getting stuck on something. Sometimes this helps me here. Sometimes too, it's the technique. Like when they do something a little different, they'll have some details here. So I have flagged some pages that I want to copy tonight. Whenever a new catalog comes out, I always turn to the catalog for inspiration, and I start by casing the catalog, because that sort of gets my creativity going. Like once I get a chance to play with the stamps and really like, you know, start to use them, then I can start thinking outside the box a little bit. So this is a resource I hope that you use as well, because it's it's free and it's right here. So the first card that really inspired me was this one here, and I actually don't have the Strong of Heart stamp set, so I'm going to substitute the Delicate Dahlias and use this same layout and kind of change up the colors. Before I do that though, I just want to point out the Strong of Heart stamp set is part of the Stampin' Up's Making a Difference campaign. So when you purchase the Strong of Heart stamp set, Stampin' Up will donate $3 to support heart health. It's such a pretty set, and really I think very versatile beyond just like Valentine's Day. We always think of hearts for Valentine's Day, but heart health is such an important cause, and this stamp set is beautiful. I don't know why I haven't ordered it. I'm putting it on my order tonight. I've got another order going in tonight, one last Sale-a-Bration order for myself, so I keep forgetting about it. I'm just going to add this on there. I also need to add cutting blades. I'm going to make myself a note. Do you do this? I've got little post-it notes all over the place. Strong of Heart. I'll write down the item number 156376 and cutting blades. I need a refill of those. Okay, got myself a note, putting it over there on my phone so I remember. Let's get to Stampin'. So here's the card layout that we're going to use, and I've kind of pre-cut some pieces. So the thing about not having the information, like the measurements and stuff, is that I just have to guess. And so I started with a card base of thick Whisper White cardstock. And this card has designer paper that fills the entire thing. So I did the same thing. So this is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I used a piece of the Harvest Meadow designer paper. Let me show you this really quick. This designer paper is from the mini catalog. So it goes with the Nature's Harvest bundle. And I love the fall colors here. Calypso Coral, Bumblebee, Soft Succulent, Misty Moon, Misty Moonlight? Yeah, I had a moment, I forgot. Sahara Sand, and then of course we have the flip side with additional patterns. Love these colors, love this paper. It's so gorgeous for fall. You may remember the class I did with the Nature's Harvest cards. If you haven't seen that class, then leave a comment and I'll share the link for it. It's a free class and I make 5 different cards using this designer paper and the Nature's Harvest bundle. So I've pre-cut a piece here that's going to go on the front, and then instead of using vellum, I'm going to use a layer of Calypso Coral cardstock because it coordinates with our designer paper. And again, I just guessed on the measurements. Like, I think this one may be a little bit less wide than the vellum piece. The measurement I'm using is 4.5 by 2.5. But I think it's going to work for us. And then I have a big square to go in the middle, and that's going to be where we're going to stamp our flower. And I did bring in the diamond weave ribbon. I'm not sure. We'll stamp our flower first and then we'll see. This ribbon I feel like is really bulky to kind of go back and forth. But maybe we'll like it. Let's stamp the flower first and then we can see what we think about the ribbon. And then for the sentiment, I have a little piece of Bumblebee that is 5/8 inch by 2.5. And so that's going to go on the card like that. So I'm really kind of digging this layout. What do you guys think? Did this one catch your eye? First of all, I guess, should I ask, do you guys copy the catalog? Hopefully it's a resource that you use. But if not, maybe after tonight's video, you'll be inspired to case the catalog too. Okay, so the stamps that we're using is Delicate Dahlias. This is one that you can get for free if you order tonight. A $100 order will get you the Delicate Dahlia stamp set. And I have some more card samples to show you using this one, so make sure to remind me if I forget. This is such a beautiful stamp set. This is a distinctive stamp set. So we have this really gorgeous photorealistic image, and then there is an outline, and I can't decide because they're meant to go together, but this image is so beautiful that I don't want to cover it up. So I'm going to do both, and you guys can help me decide which one we like better. I did cut two squares, which I think I didn't tell you are 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Okay, so let's start. We're going to use some coral because that's the color here in the designer paper. And then I also brought in some green for some leaves. Now you could do your outline in a darker color like black or basic gray, but I'm going to use Cajun Craze to sort of keep it still a little bit softer and not so like harsh lines. So we're going to start with the lighter color. And we're going to stamp that big bold flower. And I'm going to do it twice so you guys can help me decide which one we like. We're going to cover one up with the outline. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's so gorgeous. It's so pretty. Every time I do it, I just feel like it's magic. It's such a beautiful stamp. Okay, so that is the second one. And then we're going to do an outline over the second one with Cajun Craze. So I've got the outline stamp. Now, for this, they do match up like really, really well, but you have to kind of find a point on the flower that looks different, like one of these double points. Oh my gosh, I need to moisturize my hands. Oh, don't look at them. What did I use earlier when I did this? Oh, I think it's this point right here. There's like a petal that comes down that's sort of double, and I think that matches up with this point right here. Let me kind of, does that look right? It's so hard with the camera in my way. I think that's right. Okay. And if not, then we'll just decide to leave it off. I'm committing. Oh, let's see. Hey, pretty good. Okay, so we're going to add some leaves, but tell me what you think off the bat. Do you like just the plain flower, or do you like the flower with the outline? I feel like it could go either way, so I'm definitely counting on you guys to help me decide. While we're deciding, I'm going to use a mask to add the leaves. Have you ever done this before? I'm using the Post-it notes. These are the ones that are like the whole thing is sticky. Okay, so I stamped the outline and I cut it out. I fussy cut it so the whole thing is sticky. And we're going to use this. I'm going to start with this one. Now I got to line up I think it goes like that. Okay, so it's going to cover our stamped image so that when we stamp the leaves, it'll look like they're behind the flower. So we're going to do the lighter leaves in Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to do one in each, not one in each corner, but I'm going to do two in opposite corners. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you can see it's stamped over the mask, but when we peel back the mask, oh, don't tear it, Julie. It suddenly looks like it's behind the flowers. Isn't that cool? I love this little trick. I'm going to do the same thing over here because the leaves have outline die or outline stamps as well. So let's lay that down, and we'll start with the lighter color. And the key here, like, say we have a little bit of space around there. When you're cutting your mask, you really want to try to get tight into the image and then really press down and make sure that that ink is getting like all the way to the edge, you know, and especially with the photopolymer stamps, you just want to make sure it connects all the way. So I have the lighter color, and then we're going to go back with the old olive and do the outline. This is much easier to line up because it doesn't, oh, I said that and then I messed it up. Much easier to line up, and then that one is a lot better. This one is, well, I think it'll be fine. I don't think you'll notice too much. Let's get this pink mask off. And so as long as it stays sticky, you can just keep using the same mask over and over again. So once you have one cut out, you can leave it. Let me show you. You can just like put it in your stamp case like that and save it for the next time. Okay, now we need to vote. This or that. Do you prefer the Dahlia with the outline or just the distinctive stamp on its own? Leave a comment and let me know this or that. Which one do you prefer? And while you are talking amongst yourselves, I'm going to add our sentiment over here. I'm going to use some basic gray ink for the words, and I'm doing this on Bumblebee cardstock. I left a little bit of room there so I could add a gem. And I'm thinking about using one of these brushed metallic adhesive dots, which I think are on back order right now. I'm sorry, guys. I really tried to use stuff that wasn't on back order tonight. Okay, let's check out. I see your votes coming in. Let's see what, am I going to need like to keep track here? Let's see. I thought maybe it would be overwhelming. We have, Deb says that, Eva says that, Myrtle says this. I'm going to take one off. Bold or soft. Geraldine says this, so now we're even. Janet says this. Valerie says this. Margie says this. Michelle says this. Margot says that. Beth says this. Kay says this. We had a that. Another this. Another that. Another no outline. Another that. Another this. Another that. Okay, I think this one is winning by 2 votes if I counted right. Like, I'm going to have to just make a second card because they're both so beautiful. And certainly I'm not letting that go away. So let's see. Since this one voted, I will use this one on our card. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love the way this turned out. So let's start layering. Let's get our, you know what, since this is a white card, let's do a little stamping on the inside down in the corner. I always like to stamp on the inside, so I'm going to keep this simple and just do that really quick. Okay, so that's the inside. Let's get our adhesive. I thought I had one out, but it has gone astray. Okay, here's where we need to decide. Let's bring this back in. Our coordinating color is going to go down first, and then we need to decide if we want to use this ribbon and add that behind the focal point. So let's kind of lay this out and see what we think. I feel like it's a lot of ribbon, and most of it's covered up, so it just feels like a waste. That is pretty, isn't it? I was just thinking the same thing, Valerie. I'm going to cut it into strips instead of doing the loops. I think it's going to be a lot easier to hold down as well. So I'm going to do 2 strips across. This diamond weave ribbon is in the mini catalog. It's part of the same Nature's or the Harvest Meadow suite. So this one's gonna just change it. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like that little bit of ribbon. And I'm gonna maybe like angle it just a little, like that. What do you think? Angles? Yales. Do it, Jules. Where's my tear and tape? Let's get this ribbon down. I always like to use tear and tape to hold the ribbon down. It's just kind of easy to control. And because I'm going to cover this middle up, I don't have to worry about, you know, it showing or whatever. Then this is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Is the ribbon long enough? Okay, I already cut it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to tear it apart. If you want to be conservative with your ribbon, since most of it is going to get covered up, you can totally do like 2 pieces and cheat, because no one's going to know that there's not ribbon all the way across, right? No one's going to be the wiser. So I want that to go just a little bit longer. I'm going to go this one, make this one longer too. See? Nobody even knows. Oh, save your ribbon. Use small pieces to make it last. Okay, so this is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And I want to be careful about the Stampin' Dimensionals in the middle, because I don't want the Stampin' Dimensionals to be like on top of the ribbon, because then it just makes it like extra bulky. So I'm going to add a couple Stampin' Dimensionals where I know there's space in the middle, and then that'll help to support the center of this big gigantic square. Okay, so that's going centered right here. And then You Inspire Me. Does that need to be a different color? Is the yellow, is that too much yellow? Oh, I'm second guessing. Let's see. Green scrap. Da, 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 da. Let's just try really quick and see what we think. That's too wide, first of all. Must be a 1/2 inch. Do you like the green better? My first one wasn't straight, so I recut it. Okay, I'm looking at your comments, and I see several of you saying that you like the yellow. Let me stamp the words on the green, and then we can have a true comparison, because that really makes a difference sometimes to have it stamped on there. Oh, I do like that. I like it. I feel like it's a great way to tie in the green again, although the yellow wasn't that was kind of the way that the yellow was tied in, wasn't it? Well, leave a vote, yellow or green, and we'll see what you guys think. This is a crowdsourced card. You guys are making the decisions tonight. Oh, that's so pretty. I think you guys are going to be pretty split on this one too, aren't you? Well, we'll have to make another version with the yellow and the other one. I don't know. Okay, so that was the green. Yeah, I really like the green, you guys. I'm gonna have to go with the green. I think it just really like creates sort of a triangle with the leaves. Oh, you guys are all saying yellow. Oh, Michelle says she likes the green, but she can't read it. I think it's just because it's so far away from the camera. In person, I feel like you can read it pretty well. I think I see mostly yellows. Oh, I'm going with the green, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When you make this card at home, I know you will, you can choose the yellow. How about that? I think it just brings in the green really nicely. Although, honestly, if I was making it my way, I probably would have used that one. I don't know. I do like the outline. Okay, you know what? There's our finished card. Oh, don't hate me for choosing the green. You don't hate me, do you? Let's take a look at the inspiration again and see. It looks like a totally different card because it kind of is. I used exactly the same layout. I used the same ribbon, but everything else is different. The colors are different, the designer paper is different, the stamp set is different. I hope that you can see how the ideas in the catalog can be copied and adapted to what you have at home. Sometimes it's hard, especially when you're first starting out stamping, because you feel like you have to have everything. Like you see a card that you really love and you feel like you have to buy all the stuff to make that card exactly. But a lot of times you have things at home that you can easily substitute. So I hope that you'll start looking at your supplies in a different way and start seeing how you might be able to substitute a different stamp set that has a similar size image when you're looking at the projects in the catalog. All right, card number 1 is done. Let's move on to card number, oh no, we can't move on to card number 2. I wanted to show you some more samples with the Delicate Dahlias. I almost forgot. I knew I was going to. All right, so this stamp set, I will just reiterate. Did you see the fly again? I think that's like the 5th time. I think he likes my lights. Okay, Delicate Dahlias. You can get this one for free. Can you guys see the fly? You'll have to leave me a comment. Let me know. I know he's going by really fast. Have you been able to see him in the camera zipping through? Okay, Delicate Dahlias, free with a $100 order. Tonight is the last time that you can order this stamp set. So do not miss out. Make sure you get your order in. You can do that at juliedavison.com/shop. And let me show you some more samples to inspire you with this beautiful stamp set. This is one that I shared recently. Was it last week? Or 2 weeks ago? We did this one with the Delicate Dahlias. I love this. We stamped in Cajun Craze and then Pear Pizzazz, and then we used the embossing folder, Time Warm Type. You can see this card got a little wet, and so the ink started to run. It's wet with dog saliva. This card was in a box with another package that had chocolate in it, and my dogs got into it this week. They're getting better about getting into my stuff because they didn't damage the card besides a little drool. They just ate the candy, like cotton wrappers and everything. Stupid dogs. Anyway, beautiful card. I just love this, and the Time Worn Type I think is perfect to go with the Delicate Dahlias. All right, I've shared these swaps before, so I'm going to share them quickly again. This one's by Amy Story. She added the black over Poppy Parade, beautifully penned designer paper in the background. This one by Leanne Greff. She used the Picture This die to create the sort of background. I like how it highlights the flowers underneath and then has the fussy cut smaller ones on top. Triple time stamping here. This one is by Jan McClurg, and she used just the outline with classic black and white and the gingham ribbon. This one's by Dawn Olszewski, and she stamped the just the bottom one, and her ink pad, you can tell, is really juicy, and so that's why you don't get the same kind of detail. So if you're getting this kind of image when you stamp with the photorealistic distinctive stamps, then you're just going to want to take your ink pad and take like a plastic spoon and just sort of rub the ink pad with the spoon to sort of move the ink so that it's not pooled up right on top, because the ink is really lightweight. It's a dye, water-based ink. And so when the ink pad is closed, you can see the ink pad actually hangs upside down, which helps to keep the pad really juicy because that lightweight ink kind of gravitates to the top of the pad. And then when you open it up, it becomes the top of the pad. But sometimes when you have a new ink pad that's really juicy, you might get results like this where the detail is sort of muddled and not distinctive. Yes, Lynn, I know the chocolate is poison to dogs, but they are okay. They both, well, I wasn't even sure which one of them did it because I have 2 dogs, but I was pretty sure because one of them is a little piggy. And there were candy wrappers in her stool, and everything came out fine, and she's okay. Thank goodness. It definitely was a scare. The candy wrappers, I think, worried me more than the chocolate. She's eaten chocolate before. Oh my goodness. Okay. Not that I gave it to her on purpose. She got into something she shouldn't have. Susan Elise Morton made this one. I love how she combined the outline and the detail image in the middle. Really clean and simple card, but so beautiful. And then this one by Betsy Kreider is so pretty. She used bleach to stamp and create also splatter. So I love how this is cherry cobbler cardstock, and then it sort of like changes color, right? The bleach like bleaches the fibers of the paper, and so you get this beautiful yellow underneath. If you're using bleach with your stamps, totally kosher. Just make sure you clean your stamp really good when you're done so that it doesn't eat away. I think this stamp, Well, it is a photopolymer stamp, so I don't know that I would advise stamping in bleach with your photopolymer stamps, but if you clean it really good right away, it's probably okay. And it's a free stamp set, so if you destroy it, no, don't destroy your stamps, but it's pretty. Okay, last card here. This one's from Denise Jorgensen, and she has stamped on the tag and then added the pretty flowers. Love this color combination: soft succulent, fresh freesia, and gold with the dazzling paper there. Okay, I said I was going to do that fast, and I took too long, so let's move on. Delicate Dahlias. We're done making that card. Next up in our catalog that we're going to case, all the way back to the bundle page. So I love that the catalog has this sort of like index in the back that shows you all the bundles. And there are additional project ideas in the back that aren't in the front. So let me show you really quick. This bundle, Stars Are Shining, is on page 14 of the catalog. And so on this page, there's 3 different ideas. But the one that I really was inspired by is this one. And I especially wanted to show you this designer paper. So I consulted my supply list, and I could see that the designer paper used on this card is the Simply Elegant paper from the annual catalog. So I went ahead and cut, and this one I'm actually just going to copy like 100% everything about it. So the Shining Brightly paper is this beautiful foil paper, foil specialty paper that's in the annual catalog. Let me show you. It's a 12 by 12 paper, but I've cut the pieces so that you can see them a little bit smaller. So each page has foil on it. We've got gold and silver and copper foil in all of these sheets. It's so gorgeous. This paper would be so perfect for weddings or anniversaries or birthdays. I even think it would work really well for Christmas though, because it is just like elegant and classic with the foil accents. On the back side, we have basic gray and black and vanilla and white design. So really classic. None on the back side, there's no foil, just the front side has the foil. I think these would be really good for masculine cards too. I know, it is beautiful paper. So this one is in the annual catalog. It's not in the mini catalog. Let me just show you really quick, if you have an annual catalog, the designer papers in the back, and this one's on page 133 at the top. I think once we get into the mini catalog, we kind of forget about all the beautiful things that are in the annual catalog. There's also some really pretty Christmas paper, and you might have overlooked it when you saw this catalog in July, but it's a great time to come back to it. This is a 6x6 designer paper, and of course, perfect for Christmas. So make sure you check out those gorgeous papers in the annual catalog. Of course, when you're ordering for Sale-a-Bration, you can order from any catalog and get your freebies. Okay, so let's make this card. Starting with the layer of designer paper. The last card we went all the way across, edge to edge with the designer paper. For this one, I'm copying the catalog and I'm doing a little border all the way around. So this border is 1/4 inch. So the designer paper is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'm using basic gray cardstock, and I forgot to cut the inside piece. So let's cut that really quick. This is going to be the same size, 4 inches by 5 1/4. And while I'm here, I'm going to cut a piece for the stars. Where are my stamps? Over here. I'm using basic gray. So I'm going to stamp the stars. Let's see. I think I want to stamp it this way. I'm going to punch those out, and I'm also going to stamp some stars on the inside. And then for the inside, I have words that say, "Be merry and bright." And for the front of the card, I have a little piece of cardstock that's 3/4 inches by 2. Twinkle, twinkle, Christmas star. And we're going to use the Starlit Punch. These come in a bundle, so you can save 10% when you get them together. So the bundle is $30.50 for both the punch and the stamp set, which I think is a pretty awesome deal. So those line up perfectly. And then you punch out and you got all kinds of stars. So even if you don't use the stamped images, I think just having all those different shaped stars to punch out is going to be super fun. Okay, let's put this on the inside and layer our front. I have some pieces of designer paper that are cut, and I just kind of guessed again on the sizes. I did 1-inch strip, and then the bottom one is shorter than the top one. So it may not be exact, but I think it's pretty close. And then I have a piece of the gold foil. And this is just a little bit bigger all the way around. And that's going to go right here. I think I'm going to put this down with regular adhesive and then add the stars with Stampin' Dimensionals. I am going to copy exactly the placement sometimes when you stamp, it's nice to just have an idea that's already done so you don't have to think about it and you can just focus on the creating. Grabbing my basket of mini dimensionals. I think these smaller ones are going to be better with the little ones. And whenever we are using embellishments like this, whether they're stamped or otherwise, we always want odd numbers. So there are actually 6 stars that punch out. The 6th one is this little teeny one. So we're going to leave that one off and we're going to go with our odd number of 5. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Now in the catalog sample, I'm going to get close up so you can see, they used the gold and silver pearls on 3 of them. I checked it, I don't have those. I looked in my box and I couldn't find any of them, so I'm going to have to add that on my next order too. So instead, I'm going to use some rhinestones in the center. And I'm just putting them on 3. That's how they have it in a catalog. And I kind of like that. Again, it's an odd number and it's not all of them. So here's the finished card. Twinkle, twinkle, Christmas star, be merry and bright. Isn't that sweet? This was so easy and so pretty. And again, I just copied right from the catalog. Did you even notice the sample in the back of the catalog? I didn't until tonight when I was getting ready for this video and I was looking through the catalog. I thought, oh, I don't remember seeing that one. So I think this would be a good layout to use some different paper and even some different stamp sets. So I hope that you like this one. That was card number 2. Really quick and easy. That one went a lot faster than card number 1. Let's move on to our last card. Move this out of the way. Our last card is, ooh, this one, yeah. I really love this one. This is the Beauty of Tomorrow bundle. And let me show you on the page 45 where it is. So this is the Blackberry Beauty bundle. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the designer paper and the ribbon are not orderable. The ephemera pack is on back order. I'm not going to tease you by using those tonight. Instead, I'm going to use some of the other stuff, and I'm going to focus on the bundle by copying this sample here in the back. So the sample in the back uses crumb cake and mint macaron and bumblebee, and I wanted to still use some of those rich colors like the rich raspberry. But I'm going to substitute some other like ribbon and things for what we have available. So let me grab those stamps out. Oh yeah, that was a pretty option. Okay. Oh, I forget I'm going to need the dies. Okay, Beauty of Tomorrow. This is such a beautiful bundle. I really love this saying here. The changing of leaves reminds us that new wonders are just around the corner. This die set has a really big die with the leaves, and then it also has some outline dies for some of the images. I think there's another one that's hiding back there for the bird. So we're going to stamp first the background. Okay, the background has words on it, sort of color on color. So we're going to do that. Let me move my pre-cut pieces out of the way. I used the gold shimmer vellum for that background piece. We're going to get to that in a second, but first let's stamp the words on our rich raspberry cardstock. Bringing in my scrap paper so I can stamp over the edges. I'm doing color on color too, just like in this sample. I'm using rich raspberry. And, you know, actually, like you could also use Blackberry Bliss if you want something a little darker. I'm going to stamp over the edge. Oh, I must have just re-inked this because that is beautiful. I want to get like all the edges all the way around. I love the way that looks. Okay. Next up, this is going to go here. And you know, I want this, because it's color on color, I'm going to pop this up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I want that to kind of stick out from the card base and really kind of have a little dimension so that you can tell it's two different layers. Oh, the linen paper. You know, I have it and I haven't used that linen paper yet. So I'm going to have to play with that. Okay, this is going on the right side of the card, and with the dimensionals you can really, like, it really pops now. So pretty. Okay, then we have the next layer is this leaf, which is obviously too big. In the sample, they've cut that die cut down a little bit and thinned it out. So we're going to use some paper snips, and this actually has a lot of really easy places to cut out. Actually, yep. Around the leaves. So I'm going to kind of follow those lines and cut apart, and then I can use that other piece on another card. Let's see if this is enough. I'm going to trim a little. This is already coming off, so I'm going to trim that. This was the vellum is very delicate. I think this works. I'm gonna cut this and like overlap it where there's going to be things covering it so that it doesn't hang above or below. So I'm going to use some liquid glue to attach the vellum. It's kind of messy, but it's mostly going to get covered up. Okay, so next up, we have some stamped and die cut elements. So I'm going to stamp those in Cage and Craze and Bumblebee. And then we're going to die cut them. I think I just got ink on my hand. I don't think you could tell. Okay, so I'm going to do... Here are my pieces. I've got them cut. I'm going to do the smaller flower in Cage and Craze and the larger flower in Bumblebee. I don't know if these are flowers or foliage or exactly what they are, but does that look... I'm going to stamp it again. Kind of looked like it wasn't evenly stamped. That looks better. Oh, my vellum's curling. Doot, doot, doot. Stay down. It needs something heavy on it. Boop. Okay, we're die cutting. Let's get Lucy out. Lucy is my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and she's perfect for small cutting jobs like this. If you are just getting started and don't have a lot of supplies and don't have a die cutting machine yet, then I definitely recommend a little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It will do most die cutting jobs and is super handy, super small, doesn't take up a lot of room, and is easier on the budget. If you buy it tonight, you can choose a free Sale-a-Bration gift with your purchase of a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. If you're ready for the big one, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you'll get two, two Sale-a-Bration gifts. In the catalogs, there is an icon that says mini, and that will tell you if the dies fit in the mini machine. So not all of them do, and sometimes I have to stagger. Let me try staggering this a little better. Sometimes some of the dies will fit, but not all of them. So actually in this die set, that large die that I did in the vellum, that one's not going to fit in the mini machine, but the little dies do, the smaller dies do. So the mini machine will work for some projects, but not all jobs. Kay said she just bought a big one today. Yay, Kay! You're gonna love it. I find that the large Stampin' Cut and a die machine, it's so smooth, especially compared to my previous die cutting machine. Really, really smooth to cut out, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, we have our die cut stamped images, and then across the bottom is a strip of designer paper. I'm using the Harvest Meadow paper, and then we need some stamped words. So from the Beauty of Tomorrow stamp set, I'm going to do Some People Are Just Likeable. Boop. It helps when you make that noise. I'm gonna do a little flag. This is how it is in the catalog, so why not? Okay. Let's see how our card is coming together. Here in the catalog, they have the paper and then ribbon and the designer paper. And so I have, oops, there's hair. I have a stray hair. I have the sentiment and I have the designer paper, but I don't have the ribbon yet. The gold ribbon in the mini catalog is sold out, but this gold ribbon is not. This is in the annual catalog. So again, sometimes turning back to the annual catalog is the answer to find things that are beautiful and go with what you already have. So I'm going to cut a little bit of this, and layer that. I just love that like little bit of gold. Though now I'm feeling like the designer paper is not bold enough. Like we need something a little stronger. So let's get out that Harvest Meadow paper and let's cut a little piece of a different pattern. I like that one. Yeah, let's add a little more yellow to this card. So this is going to be 1 inch by 3.5, 3 3/4, somewhere in between. Yeah. Oh yes, I love that so much. That yellow definitely pops. Okay, so let's do some Stampin' Dimensionals on these guys. I'm seeing my glue showing through, but I'm hoping that it will dry a little more. I know you can use the, Mom said she uses the Seal Plus, and that doesn't show through on the vellum. Oh, that's something else I need to add to my order. Another post-it note, Seal Plus. Because I lost mine. I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone. And it has been for a long time, and so I just never think about it because it's been gone for so long. Okay, so this is going to go like that. This is going to go like this. Oh, this is actually over. Okay, we could do that. Let's do a little bit of adhesive for the ribbon. And trim that. This is going to go on with dimensionals. And then this is, it needs dimensionals like along the top. I'm going to use a little row. Which side is the top? Does that look right? It doesn't want to come up, so it's right. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I'm looking really close to see. There are some gems on this one, so I just need to decide what kind of gems to put on here. Maybe the gilded? Oh, I got gems out, didn't I? Never mind. The Wonderful Gems. The Wonderful Gems have some red and some like gold flecks. And so I thought that that would be sort of subtle. And not be too, like, you know, in your face. Oh, I love it. You know what I feel like it needs, though? I'm usually not, like, the one that adds all the stuff, but this suite, for some reason, just makes me want to, like, add all the stuff. I feel like it needs some linen thread. Okay, hold on. Whoop. Whoop. You're crazy, Julie. I know. A little loop of linen thread. Tell me I'm wrong. It's good, right? Let's add that with a piece of tear and tape to hold it down. So I'm strategically putting the tear and tape where I know, and we might just have to get a new Stampin' dimensional piece. Yeah, Jane says she likes the thread. I think it's perfect. Just a little something. All right, so there is our card. I just remembered I made this card with a different color pattern. Where is it? Let me pull it out. I forgot that I already cased this one. I used different colors and I like this version a lot better. Maybe that's why I forgot that I cased it. Mom and I focused on this suite and made some cards for a Sunday stamping video. Let me take this out of the plastic so you can see. I used the Blackberry Beauty designer paper and some of the ephemera pack, and like it looks totally different. Like it's so busy, but I was inspired by this one here. So, okay, tell me which one you like, the original or the new version or my previously cased version. I'm gonna number them 1, 2, 3. Let me know which of these cards you like best. There's something like this part is too big. I feel like it needs to, oh my God, don't yell at me. It needs to cover the yellow paper more. There's too much yellow paper showing. I'm going to show you what I mean while you're voting. Come down a bit. On this. Okay. Can you tell the difference? Oh geez, Julie. I think that it condenses it a little bit more, and it's not so, it was taking up too much room, and I was struggling with that part of it. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's see how you guys are leaning. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of 2s. That makes me feel good. The new one, yes, 2. Donna says 2. Becky says 2. Karen says 2. Bonnie says 2. Susan says 2. Shar says 2. Joe says 2. Barbara says 2. Michelle likes 3. Yes. I struggle with the pink. I think that's my biggest problem with number 3. Kathy says 2. Brenda says 3 times in 1 week. Catching you live. Yay! I'm so glad that you're able to join us live, and sounds like you're making those scallop contour boxes. That's awesome. I love that project so much. Deanna says 2 and Brenda says 2. Heather likes 3. Nobody likes the original one. That's sad. The yellow paper at an angle. I'm not sure I could be that talented without pulling it apart. Let's find out. Okay. If we're going to do that, then I have to move the ribbon so that it hangs off this way a little more. Now it's just shredding on me. Poor ribbon. Cut a new piece. Do you ever do that where you just start trimming your ribbon so much and it just like, it dies? It's like, I cannot handle any more of you ladies. Stop tearing me up. I think I made it work. I'm not going to touch it. Okay, we're done. Oh, it looks like you guys all agree. Almost all of you agree. Number 2. I think it's my favorite too, even with all my tearing up. Okay, we had a busy night. Let's recap recap the projects we made. I left my scissors open like that and I just caught my finger on it. Okay, so we ended with this card. We were casing the catalog tonight. And did I show you the other cards with this bundle? I started to. I got this one out. Let me show you some other cards using the Beauty of Tomorrow. Now, I have to tell you, most of these use the Blackberry Beauty designer paper or ephemera pack, and so I'm sorry about that since it's not available. Don't be mad. It's coming back, I promise. This one doesn't use it at all. This one uses the big die and the silicone mat to emboss the background. If you like the Beauty of Tomorrow suite, this is one that you can get for free if you join as a demonstrator tonight. You have until 11:59 p.m. Mountain time. I was going to say Central time. Mountain time to take advantage of all the celebration specials. So when you join as a demonstrator, you can choose a free bundle. What does it mean to join as a demonstrator? You get a starter kit that's $99 plus tax. Shipping is free. You get to choose $125 in product of your choice plus a free bundle. And then you get... what do you get? You get $125, the free bundle. You get a free paper pumpkin kit. You get business supplies, including catalogs and order forms. And you get a discount on your future purchases for as long as you're active as a demonstrator, which is at least 4 to 6 months, depending on when you join in the middle of a quarter. I would love to have you join my team. If it's something you've been thinking about and you're interested in joining tonight to take advantage of this free bundle offer, leave a comment, reach out to me, send me an email, send me a text. Let me know if I can answer any questions or help you out tonight. This was the last of 3 projects that we cased from the catalog, the mini catalog. I hope that you were inspired by the different ways that you can be inspired by the catalog. So we had this one, we did the Twinkle Christmas Star, and then the Delicate Dahlias. Leave a comment and let me know which of these is your favorite project. Which one is one that you could see yourself making at home? Leave a comment and let me know. And yeah, if you have any questions that I missed during the live video, I'll try to get back on and take a look at them and answer any of your questions. The next time we will be stamping together is Saturday, World Card Making Day. So grab your own supplies and join me. It doesn't have to be Christmas paper. The list of supplies and the free PDF download is at tinyurl.com/sept. SEPT 2021 SOTM, which stands for Stamp of the Month. And I will be having a free class on YouTube on this Saturday, October 2nd at 2 p.m. Central Time. It's World Card Making Day, so I hope that you'll join me for this free Stamp a Stack class. Follow along, use your own paper. I'll have all the measurements provided in that link, along with the cutting template. It's going to be lots of fun. So join me on Saturday. And then Sunday, of course, Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. We'll have some fun new projects to share with you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. If you're planning to do a celebration order, get online. My online store is juliedavison.com/shop. See you next time. Happy stamping.